Chips it forward and Susie Romano! It's done it! Can you believe this? Oh my God!
Well, what about that? Mildly embarrassing for four old blokes, former footballers, but something else. I was just texting my sons actually on one of those joint chats because they're all massive Barca fans saying please, and then it happened. It was a magical moment. Barcelona have come back, and for one of the most phenomenal comebacks I think that we've ever seen in any football game anywhere.
Well, if you look through that squad of players, they've all achieved some great things with club and country. World Cup winners, Champions League winners multiple times. But I'm sure this game will be up there with one of the best they've ever played in terms of the feeling about turning a result around. Yeah. There's so much that went into this performance in terms of drive, determination, mentality, fitness to press the way they did. I mean, it was just it had a bag of emotions in that game, all different. It was just...
That was just in this studio as well. I suppose we have to say as well, I mean, you have to feel a little bit for Paris Saint-Germain, for that to happen to them.
You don't.
I mean...
Yeah, well, I mean... okay,
although we didn't look like we did, particularly.
You do a little bit because, listen, he was sensational in the first leg of this game, but it's all about Barcelona now. They absolutely suffocated them. For the first 60 minutes, it was non-stop for the PSG players. They were under a barrage of suffocation. Tactical cages around every single player. They were winning the ball back in the 6-yard box, the 18-yard box. It was incredible. They had a little bit of a breather with the goal, with the Cavani goal. But then towards the end, it was on again, pressing right from the front. It was incredible to watch.
It was around 75 minutes, you felt
flat,
they've given up.
Yeah.
They've given up. And I think everybody felt like that, the players and the fans and everyone. But that little spark of life, that Neymar free kick, and then all of a sudden, it went again.
But you know what as well, is Paris Saint-Germain had two chances. They had one-on-ones. Di Maria and Cavani had two one-on-ones to totally end this game. And they'll be ruining them chances.
Yeah, they were. Let's remind ourselves of what happened in the second half. We knew it was 2-0 at half-time. Just after half-time, penalty decision, which there was some confusion for a while.
Yeah, but it's a stonewall. This ball from Iniesta is just teasing the fullback.
It's just the way he waits. He waits for it.
The movement from Neymar and the understanding and then the timing of that all in one. The defender just said, my legs have gone, he's got to go over. Definite penalty. I don't know what the referee's waiting for. He's in a great position.
Well, he's going to check, isn't he, with the extra official there.
That ball from Iniesta was just... I mean,
very few people can play those type of balls. They're seeing a picture not half a second before, it's like a full second before what it's going to turn out like.
Beautiful penalty. Struck sweetly.
Yeah, he hit his last one like that, didn't he? He arrowed it into the same corner.
It's a bit more in the corner, the last one, but at that power they go in, don't they? And then, of course, 3-0, we're thinking if it gets to 4-0, it could go to extra time, anything could happen, and then I suppose they were always open to a counter-attack. Yeah. And Cavani, lethal again.
I think we all expected Paris Saint-Germain to score. Not this way, really, but it was a great run. Bad defending from Rakitic, and Cavani has been doing this all season with an unbelievable finish. And at this moment, you think the game's over. You think the game's dead and buried. This Barcelona team have put everything into the first half of the game, and then all of a sudden this happens and you think it's game over.
Do you think Michael is perhaps one of those instinctive strikers? He seems, when he's got a lot of time, he tends to sometimes miss, but on those occasions, bang.
That's right. We spoke about him before the game, and he's a player. Rio's mentioned a couple of chances. He's had a one-on-one. He hit the post in the first half, a lovely darting run again, and that again was an instinctive run. So he gets chances every game because of his movement, but he does miss a lot of chances. But as you say, that instinctive, when it comes to you, you don't have time to think about it, and certain strikers score a lot of goals that way.
Well, we all thought that was it. We all thought that away goal thing had killed another game, but on this occasion, it certainly hadn't. And along came Neymar, who was superb throughout, wasn't he? With this,
he was the best player on the pitch. This guy, I mean, he's the heir to the throne now. When these guys, Ronaldo and Messi, go, that was ridiculous. From where it is on the pitch, he's got no right to even take that on. Every other player really is crossing that ball. And where he's put that, there's no chance for any keeper. He could have had two in there. They're not getting that.
But I mean, even after this free kick, you're still thinking there's not going to be enough time for it to happen. I mean, it was a sensational free kick, fair play.
But then another penalty. Let's have a look at the decision first and foremost before we see, well, Neymar stepping forward, the man in form, the man in the moment, despite Messi knocking one in earlier. What do we think?
It's a great ball over the top, and I think what the defender does is he gives the referee a decision. The contact is minimal.
He's clever there, Suarez, isn't he?
That's what type of player Suarez is.
Yeah.
If you show him one little bit of weakness, he's going to pounce.
Yeah. And Neymar instead of Messi on this occasion.
They do swap it around occasionally.
No, they changed the penalty takers, but both penalties were superb. That one had even more pressure than Messi's on, but he was never going to miss. The confidence he was showing at that point.
Yeah, and then one of the moments I don't think we'll ever forget. We won't, because we've just been embarrassed on television. But
it would seem like Neymar really took the game with 8 minutes to go. He's the one who had the nerve to take this game. Hold on, chop.
This is brilliant. Yeah.
And then. The beautiful ball with his left foot and the finish. I mean,
the finish isn't easy at all, is it? And you question whether it's offside to start with, but we quite clearly saw that it was onside. But most people panic in this situation, don't they? Let's just knock it in because it's the safe.
Michael, I think 99% of players would have played long on the first point.
That's what I mean.
Not cut on your weak foot and then play a dink.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's when you say weak, I mean weaker.
Weaker, in his situation, weaker, but. I think 99% of players just lob that into the box at the first occasion and panic.
What they're doing there is passing on responsibility as well. Neymar took responsibility, took hold of this game with 8 minutes to go and said, listen, I'm going to do something special each time I get it to actually drag us back into the scenes.
Enrique, so much stick they got after that first game. What a comeback. Look at the emotions. Imagine emotions as well as of Emery on the other side of the
He doesn't look tired to me.
No.
He doesn't look tired to me.
No, he looks full of beans, doesn't he?
Imagine being in the PSG change room now.
No.
How do you
and look at Emery as well, who's put that tactical thing where they played really deep. That's going to look bad on him now. I mean, it's fine if they'd have gone through with that away goal, but now you could see the deflation in his face at the end.
He's a tactical genius, isn't he? If they go through and they've played defensively, everyone says he's a tactical genius. Now they've played defensively. They've put every man behind the ball, as we highlighted in the first half. And they've still gone out, so now people are going to question, saying, it worked so well in the first leg, why didn't you do it again?
The only mistake I would say for me, with hindsight, which is a great thing, is that the way they played in the first game, pressing high, it worked so well. Why go away from that? Do that there. You need a goal. A goal will kill the game. And then I think it's easier to then go back into a block and be defensive.
But it's tough, Rio. You've played the new camp. To go and press at the new camp is suicidal. I've done that on 2 or 3 occasions in the team block, but how I felt they went wrong over the 90 minutes is they never played long once.
No. They kept trying to play out and they kept catching them.
They were trying to play in little triangles and it invited the press on and Barcelona suffocated.
But it is harder to actually go from a team that's in the block and say, we're going to be expansive again later in the game.
They're not used to playing in the block.
Yeah. So I think if you're on the front foot, it's easy to say, we get our goal then, or we almost get a goal, we're playing well, go back into a block. It's easier to shift that way than the other way for me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time as well, as Stevie just touched on, when you're playing in France and when you virtually beat everybody every single week, there's no need to ever change your tactics. There's no need to sit back. And in the Premier League, every team goes away from home and they're the underdogs against a big team. So you have a little change and similar. Barcelona probably don't. They have one way of playing, but it's whether they would have understood how to play when they're so used week in, week out playing an attacking team in the French league.
Okay, thanks for now. We'll have more reaction very shortly on one of the greatest games I think we've ever seen. And Barcelona are through to the quarter-finals of the Champions League yet again after an astonishing comeback.
Chips it forward and Sergio Roberto has done it! Can you believe this? Barcelona! It was mission impossible, but it wasn't impossible. Not for them. They pulled off one of the greatest wins in European history. That's the game they'll still be talking about in 25 years' time.
Even Tom Cruise wouldn't believe that was possible. It's been quite a night, and there's plenty more drama in store on Saturday. Join us for the first 2 quarter-final matches in the FA Cup as Middlesbrough take on Manchester City in the All-Premier League tie. Coverage starts at 11:45am on BT Sport 2 plus 4K UHD, followed by BT Score at 2:30pm. And then, can the FA Cup fairy tale continue as Lincoln take on Arsenal at the Emirates at 5pm on BT Sport 2 plus 4K UHD. Let's get back to Barcelona, where Ivan Rakitic is with Reshmin Chowdhury.
Ivan, that was a bit crazy. You've just made history out there. No one has ever overturned a 4-0 deficit from the first leg. Can you put into words what that means?
No. I think it's already impossible. Now maybe 15-20 minutes after the game, I think it's too crazy. It's really unbelievable. Really say thank you to this team, to these people all around the club, to these fans, to this stadium, just to say thank you. And I think it was really a special day. It's really hard now to say something because I think after this first game in Paris, it was really hard for us. A lot of people spoke really hard with our team, but I think the reaction today, it was really special history, and we want to keep going on.
How much did the confidence in the team and the hope that you could get through keep this all together and help you do what you did out there?
It's the most important thing. We have to believe. We have to. We know about the situation. It was really a hard result, 4-0 to lose in Paris, but it's football, and we saw it some weeks ago in the Super Bowl. So really, what is possible in different sports. So today again, I think really crazy just to say this is Barcelona. And I think at the moment we can say the best team in the world, and we want to keep going on our dream in the Champions League.
Well, for every happy ending in team sport, there's a sad one for the other side, and that was certainly the case tonight for PSG. But in many ways, they got themselves to blame. They had their chances, didn't they, in the second half when it was to put it out of reach of Barcelona.
Yeah, and Michael mentioned before Cavani, but he's a great striker. But the easier chances, this isn't easy. This is a great run. This is more instinctive. Yeah. This is a difficult finish. Yeah. But the chance you see in a minute coming up that he has when he's got time to think, you'd like to think that he'd put that ball away and finish the game off. But here he goes here. Do you prefer them, Michael?
That's just a dream for a right footer, because all you have to do is set it out, don't you, onto the post, and it curls in. And almost, you need to lift it as well from that angle. Just a tiny little lift, because the goalkeeper...
This pass.
This is Di Maria.
Yeah, this was on a couple of occasions when PSG did actually break Barca's press, and that's a magnificent chance. He's got to try and get that off a little bit quicker.
He's gone for that old dink. He's quite good at that dink, isn't he? That he looked like he was going for it. It just didn't happen for him.
Yeah. I mean, this could have a devastating effect on PSG, couldn't it? I mean, just like subconsciously or mentally in all sorts of different ways. It's a devastating defeat.
It's a devastating defeat. You know, 3 weeks ago, they put in one of the best European performances you've ever seen against a top Barcelona team. They made them look bang average, but tonight they've got the tactics wrong. Yeah, they've come very close and they've missed big chances, but they'll be going home on that flight tonight absolutely devastated.
The other thing is they normally won the league by now in France, haven't they? They're second. They're behind Monaco, so all of a sudden, everything going so rosy, it could be a disastrous season for them.
But as far as Barcelona concerns, it just adds to the legend of this team, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's just another chapter of huge brilliance, and the way that this team just kind of they looked at each other. You could see the confidence. They spoke about before that we can achieve this. We can get over this line, no matter what the result was beforehand, and they've produced it.
Nothing is impossible.